Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Sister Ann. And Mrs. Toller. All right, does everybody have a seat? The magic moment is here. First of all, I'm Sister Ann, and this is Mrs. Toller, and we are co-directors of the school. We're privileged to be co-directors of this school. And I want to, in Mrs. Toller's name also, to thank all of you for tonight, because you made sure your students, your children, learned their lines. You got them here. You picked them up after practice. You're going to love it. I guarantee it. And this is a true story. What you see is really what happened when the sisters were thinking of making Metro Catholic. I want you to especially enjoy the set because the students painted it themselves. So everything is produced by our drama club.
Our students have worked very, very hard on this production. We're sure you are going to enjoy it. You know that they've been practicing their lines, but their voices, they do have microphones. They've been working on projecting their voices out, but as quiet as you can be between some of the scenes, it will help them so that they can be heard. At this time, it would be a great idea to please make sure that your cell phones are turned to silent so we don't have interruptions there, and really enjoy the show.
Hello, I'm Michael. Many people know me as Saint Michael the Archangel. The Bible describes me as one of the chief leaders and prince of the forces of good. I have been a protector of the church since its beginnings. I am responsible in particular for protecting and guiding St. Michael Church on Scranton Avenue. Even though the school merged with the schools of St. Stephen and St. Boniface to form Metro Catholic, I've kept my eye on this new school and its teachers and students since its beginnings. This year, we are celebrating our 30th year of educating students on the west side of Cleveland. Let me introduce you to one of my co-workers, Boniface.
Oh, hey, Michael. You didn't tell me we had company.
Boniface, tell them about yourself. Not your entire life, but...
Well, I was born in the British Isles around the year 700. And as a young man, I became a Benedictine monk. You know, like the monks at Benedictine High School?
Some of Metro's graduates go to school there and have been very successful.
As I was saying, I was sent to Germany to tell people about God and Jesus, his son. But they didn't have motorcycles back then, so it wasn't that much fun.
So tell them what happened next.
Well, I did get sent to Germany and help lots of people. And because over 1,000 years later, there were many German families in the area around Denison and 52nd, the bishop named the pastor after me, St. Boniface, and put it under my care. I've been a special protector since then.
People want to know if you lost your job with the children and families when they moved over to St. Stephen campus.
No way! You know I haven't. How else do you think those sisters are able to merge our schools so successfully? I still watch over the sisters, the students, and their teachers. It's a full-time job, you know. Oh, hey, did they meet Stephen yet?
No, but that's easy to arrange. Stephen!
I've been eavesdropping on both of you. I am appointed the protector of St. Stephen Parish. I was the first person to be martyred for the sin and crime of blasphemy. I was put to death by stoning for preaching that Jesus is the Son of God.
Not too pleasant, I'd say.
For those young whippersnappers among you who don't know what blasphemy is, it's being disrespectful to God.
2,000 years ago, the authorities in the synagogue allowed the death penalty for blasphemy, but they didn't have anything fancy like syringes and needles, so they had to use whatever they can get their hands on, and that was stones. Didn't they accuse you of speaking against Moses and God?
Yes, they did. They didn't believe that Jesus is the Son of God, so they thought I was leading people astray. I understood where they were coming from. I asked God not to blame those who killed me. Forgiveness, you know?
But what a terrible way to die.
Death by stoning is still practiced in some countries.
I know.
Stephen, tell the people you're part of this merge.
Well, like both of you, I was full in the merge. I was confident of its success. Why? With the three of us constantly talking with God, how could it fail? St. Stephen was originally a German-speaking parish, as was St. Michael and St. Boniface. Now Hispanics, Vietnamese, and other nationalities have enriched our worshiping communities. And I'm still appointed the protector of St. Stephen.
Let's tell our friends how Metro came to be.
Cool idea, dude. See, it all began on a beautiful summer day in Chardon, Ohio, about 30 miles east of Cleveland.
Sister Virginia, Sister Grace, I'm so glad we finally get a chance to get together.
It's been too long, Sister Regina.
What a beautiful morning. It's such a great day for the children to be playing outside.
So, Sister Grace, how did your children do this school year?
We have such a great group of students. They've accomplished so much this year. Even the Iowa test improved it. But I just wish our buildings were in better shape. I want the best for our children. They deserve a place that's pleasant and safe.
I do agree. We have beautiful old buildings, but they're so expensive to keep up. Our kids did well this year too, but I'm concerned about their parents. So many are in an uphill battle. They're either working 2 jobs or they can't find a decent employment at all.
Some parents are struggling to finish high school or college, and then all of them are busy making a home. They want their children to have enough food and decent clothing and be safe.
Oh, good heavens, yes. Everyone worries about the safety of their children until they get home off work. If only. We had a before and after school program. But we just don't have enough personnel or money to swing it.
If only. I just wish we had a preschool. I dream of a room filled with preschoolers who learn to work and play together. I dream of teachers who stimulate children's interest in the world around them. I dream of teachers who make school a place where kids love to learn.
Yes, a preschool can help children get ready for kindergarten and the 1st grade.
If only we had more resources to take care of some of these needs children and parents have.
There's that if only again. Wait! I have it. How about we do a bake sale?
What can we do about these needs?
I don't know, but let's think of something.
You know, each of us has a terrific school. We have great teachers and staff. Our children are hardworking, and their parents want what's best for them.
Each of our schools is a powerhouse. I'm afraid we are going to have to close our 3 schools because there are not enough children in the neighborhood.
Or we don't have enough money or personnel to swing it.
The thought of having to close because there are not enough children in the neighborhood or enough money to go around is unacceptable.
Well, what if you could pool our resources?
How?
Wait! I have it this time. How about we take our 3 schools and we make them into one? We take our 3 schools and we make them into one!
Sisters fell into a deep sleep. Each dreamt about what it would be like to make 3 schools one.
Sister Grace dreamt of an art teacher who would teach art classes once a week.
Sister Regina dreamt of a music teacher in music classes.
And now, the choir will sing Metro Catholic's alma mater. Sister Virginia dreamt about preschool classes where children learn to love learning, their classmates, and their teachers.
Sister Virginia dreamt of students learning to ride motorcycles. All right. She dreamt of students learning to be leaders, just like they have leaders in motorcycle clubs. There you go. All right. She was concerned about students learning to take an active role in leadership, like student government and everyday life in the classroom, playground, and the lunchroom.
Sister Grace woke up exuberant because he dreamt of a super basketball team.
After such a productive good night's sleep, the sisters explored putting their schools together.
So, is this idea worth pursuing?
This is such a big challenge.
Where do we start?
Let's sit down and work out a budget and plan. Then we'll have to start with the leadership in the diocese, the parishes, and of course our community. We will present our plan and ask if we really can do this.
After working out a budget and discussing the school buildings and how they could be used, the sisters were ready to begin serious planning. They first went to the leadership in their community, Sister Rita Mary, and presented their ideas to her.
The The sisters toured off bravely, confident that Rita Mary and give a go-ahead to merging their schools.
As provincial, Sister Rita Mary was responsible for the well-being and ministry options for the sisters. Sister Rita Mary and Sister Virginia are a graduate from St. Stephen High School. I've been watching out for them ever since they were freshmen, and I think that I've done a good job.
Yes, merging your 3 schools would be a marvelous idea. I could guarantee at least 12 sisters for the first 3 years. Go for it. You have my blessing.
Okay, now all we have to do is get Bishop Pilla's okay and approach the pastors of our 3 parishes. We can do this.
Once again, the sisters showed up bravely, this time to present their plans to Bishop Pilla. He was in charge of all the schools in the diocese. The 3 sisters needed him to say yes for their plan to succeed.
So, Bishop Pillow, what do you think?
Andiamo, andiamo.
Was that German?
No, it was Italian. It means make it happen fast.
Now all we need to get is our pastors, parents, teachers, and staffs on board.
Not everyone was enthusiastic about the merge. Let's listen to some of the concerns the faculty had.
Hey Sally, what do you think about the new European money they're talking about?
What's it called again, Bob?
The euro.
The euro? Think it'll last? How can they change all the different kinds of money in Europe? The pounds, the francs, the marks, the lira?
No, Sally, the euro won't last. And I don't think putting our schools together will work either.
What brought that on, Minnie?
I'm worried about how putting our schools together will work. How can all those countries agree on just one currency? Just like how can our school agree on becoming one?
We're already so busy. We have less children in our neighborhoods, less money available, and parents are worried that our school will close. We'll do all this work, and the new school will only last a couple of years.
I hate to say it, Matt, but I agree with you. I just didn't want to be the one bringing it up. This merge is not worth it. Don't give up so easily. Where's your faith? I'm convinced it'll work.
Well, even if it does, it's going to be so hard to give up our school. We have such a great principal, our teachers are outstanding, and the staff keeps everything running smoothly. I love the spirit of our school. It's like family. We all have so much good going for us.
Well, will we be able to say that about this new school?
Well, let's hope so. But giving up our individual school will be a sacrifice. No doubt about it.
Well, parents had their own concerns.
And that's why, parents, putting our 3 schools together will give us a stronger one with more resources for our children and you, their parents. So, tell me your concerns. Whoa, hold on now. One question at a time, please.
I don't like the idea that my kids won't be in school right across the street from my home. What if one of them gets sick? I won't be able to run over in just a couple of minutes.
What about the kids from the other 2 schools? What if they're mean and nasty? What if our children get picked on?
We don't have a car. Right now they walk. What about after the merge? Will we have to buy new uniforms? What will we name it?
You know, my parents went to school here. I went to school here. We had a terrific education. I wanted my students to graduate from here.
Thank you all for your questions and comments. Let's take them one at a time.
So, the sisters met with faculty, staff, pastors, and parishioners of St. Michael, St. Stephen, and St. Boniface.
I can't believe I was able to sit through 100 meetings this year.
Well, we still have a whole year of planning, so there'll at least be 100 more to go.
Okay, after this year of meetings, I'm confident that our new school will succeed. Let's decide where each of the grades will be located.
Boniface would be the best for little children, preschool, kindergarten, and the first grade. Let's name it the Boniface Building.
I think the building that we have now, that used to be St. Michael's School Building, would be best through 5th through 8th grade. Let's name it the Stephen Building.
And certainly, the building that used to be the elementary school at St. Stephen's would be best for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grades. We can name that the Michael Building.
I'm sorry we won't be using St. Michael's School Building, but Cleveland Central Catholic would make very good use of it.
I think we need to plan for the future of our school.
Wait, isn't that what we've been doing all these months?
Yes, of course, but the school we envision will take more than just the 3 of us and our faculties and staff. We'll need help to make sure this school lasts well beyond us. We'll need to invite others into our mission of educating the children of Cleveland and form partnerships with our friends, with civic groups, and with businesses and foundations.
That's true, Sister Virginia. We're going to need many resources to make our school one and one that lasts and has success.
Yes, we want our school to benefit our city, our neighborhood, and our church well into the future. How can we assure that?
I've been thinking one of our structures should be a development office whose sole purpose is to make certain our future by inviting others to join us in our mission.
This is such a big task. How can we accomplish everything? How can we ensure the success of this new venture?
Well, if God wants our schools to succeed, then it will. Nothing will be able to stop us.
Meetings, meetings, meetings. One of the meetings Sister Grace and Sister Regina conducted involved deciding on a new name for the merged schools. They gathered a group of parents together, and this is what happened.
Tonight should be fun. We've been given the task to come up with a name for our new school. What will it be?
How about St. Michael?
We can't use any of the names of the parishes that merged because that would be showing favoritism.
How about St. Gabriel? That's the angel that brought good news. Certainly our school will bring good news.
That's too much like St. Michael. It's another angel.
Why don't we name it St. Nicholas? He brought gifts to people in need. Maybe he can bring gifts of financial aid to our school and inspiration to our students.
Why don't we try for a name that's not specific to a particular saint? A name that shows our diversity as a city school. A name that stands for strength, courage, and never fails.
How about our favorite sport team, the Cleveland Browns?
No, they never win anything. Maybe the Steelers?
Let's name it an academy. That'll give us prestige. How about West 54th Street Academy?
Okay, I think we need to spend more time on this and get input from some more people.
More meetings?
The building that was addressed, the Michael building, had a numbers of issues that needed to be worked on.
This is going to take a lot of work.
Why, boss? It's just a little school building. We'll be done in no time.
But Mom, this building has been used for 20 years. Can you imagine the dust, the spiders, the bugs?
Spiders? Bugs? Boss, I didn't sign up for this. I thought I'd be washing windows and polishing banisters.
Spiders and bugs are the least of our problems, Andrea. You should see the third floor. Dead pigeons and little presents from them all over the floor.
Oh, little presents. I hope they're chocolates.
Must I spell everything out, Patrick? Let's start with the third floor and work our way down.
On it, boss.
I'll set up Big Boy.
Big boy.
That's our powerhouse vacuum.
What happened?
One of the dead pigeons got caught in the tube.
Call me when you need windows washed and banisters polished.
Where are you going?
I told you I didn't sign up for spiders and bugs, and that goes for dead pigeons and their little presents too.
The sisters had their hands full moving 3 schools into one. It called for a great deal of organization and woman power.
The move will work like a charm. Each desk and chair is labeled with the building it'll go into, the floor it'll be on, and the classroom it'll be in.
Thanks for organizing the move, Sister Regina. What a big job.
The teachers will be so relieved when they find everything has made it to their new classroom.
We finally made it here. Back the truck up to the entrance. We have to load everything into the Michael building.
Where's everybody, boss? I thought the sisters said that they were going to be here with several helpers. Anybody see a phone booth around here? I'll call them.
Sister Grace, you have a telephone call from the moving company. They want to know where you are.
Where we are? We're in front of St. Michael's School building waiting for them.
They said they're in front of St. Michael's building looking for you and your helpers.
Sister Regina, we've been waiting for the truck for 3 hours and it hasn't shown yet.
I need to get home and make supper for my family.
My husband will be here in 10 minutes. He's on the road, so I can't call him.
I cannot believe this.
Where are they, Sister Grace?
The movers are on Scranton Road.
Scranton? How did that happen?
Well, they got lost, stopped at a gas station, asked for directions to St. Michael's School building. The gas station attendant said St. Michael's School building was on Scranton, so the drivers drove the truck there.
We should have drawn a map for them.
So now I explain where we are. They said they'd be here in 10 minutes.
Sister Grace, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to leave.
Me too. Sorry, Sister Virginia.
I have to go.
I can wait and help.
Thank heavens one of you can stay. Thank you, Sparky, and thank you. Is that one off? And thank you everyone else for spending the rest of the afternoon.
Turn them on when I get there. Turn them on when I get there.
Finally, we've been waiting all afternoon.
I'm so sorry, sister. We've been driving around in circles for hours. Can't tell you how many times we stopped at phone booths, but every time we called, your line was either busy or no one answered. We had no way to contact you.
We had no way to reach you either. We were running in and out of our houses trying to call you by phone, but no one picked up.
That's because we've been in the truck for 3 hours, driving up and down the streets of Cleveland. Where's everybody you said was going to help? We have desks and chairs for 9 classrooms, 2 offices, and 1 nurse's station. That's a tall building. How many floors?
Well, to answer your first question, all the movers had to leave except Sparky. We've been waiting for you guys for 3 hours.
And to answer your second question, we have 3.5 floors.
3.5 floors? With 20 desks and chairs? Do you know how many trips up and down the stairs that would be? With just Sparky to help?
You've got us.
That's right, and we are ready to help.
And if God our Lord will help make this burden light.
Well, let's get going.
Finally, the first day of school arrives.
Sister Regina, I can't believe it. It's the first day of school and there's a bus missing.
Oh no, Sister Grace. How many students are on it?
15, I think. That's if they all took the bus this morning.
Should we call their parents?
Well, let's give the bus 10 more minutes. If it's still not here by then, would you please call the bus department, the parents, and the police?
Finally, here comes the first students.
What's all the commotion about?
I thought we were supposed to be at the Stephen building, not the Michael building.
Which building's which? I'm confused.
You're always confused.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just kidding.
Where are all the basketball hoops? I thought we were supposed to have a team.
Yeah, so how are we supposed to practice if there's no equipment?
Too bad, so sad. Oh, don't they look cute in their uniforms?
Have you looked in the mirror lately?
They weren't supposed to hear me.
Do I look fat in this uniform?
Later in the day, some faculty members are eating lunch.
I'm missing several students. I told you this merge wasn't going to work.
Minnie, Sister Regina explained that on the PA announcement, one bus got lost and didn't pick up any students.
Well, Matt, we didn't get the PA announcement, did we? Remember, it's not hooked up to the Michael building yet.
A mother came into my room demanding to see Miss Smith. She said if they were still at the Michael building, her son would be having Miss Smith, who taught all of her children plus herself, and not me.
Not too good for the old ego, was it, Bob?
I'm more concerned about our students. Did you see how they were clustered into little groups according to the school they came from?
I told you this merge wasn't going to work, Sally.
But it did work. Over time, just a few months later, the teachers were singing a whole new different tune.
Can you believe it's almost Christmas vacation already? Where have these months gone?
Seems like yesterday we have those groups of dressed-alike students huddling together.
It was astonishing how quickly the kids connected with one another.
I was scared about losing the terrific spirit of our staff and faculty. I didn't know we could create a supportive and productive climate in this new setting.
Remember how we couldn't get announcements the first couple days of school?
Thank heavens that got fixed. And that lost bus, can you believe that really happened?
And so began Metro Catholic. Many of the dreams this sister's dream came to be, plus many things not dreamed of.
what is there left to say? Or maybe we should say, what is there left to dream?
Let's peek in on a meeting among the founding mothers and present administrators.
They're discussing what they want Metro Catholic to look like in the future.
Thank you all for coming today. Most of you know each other very well, but I would like to introduce each of you just in case. I am Sister Anne Moline, co-director of our school, Metro Catholic, and this is Ms. Toller, who is also co-director of our school. Mr. Fink is principal of the Stephen Building, grades 5 through 8. Sister Karen is principal of the Michael Building, grades 2 through 4. Miss Banks is principal of the Boniface Building. We have our youngest children there in preschool, kindergarten, and first grade. Sister Patricia Gentili is our guidance director and our 8th grade religion teacher. Miss Cole is director of the religious formation. Mr. Preda is our advancement director, and you all know our founding mothers, Sister Grace, Sister Virginia, and Sister Regina.
So, Sister Ann, what are your dreams for the future of Metro?
I want Metro Catholic to continue to be a school for the community to show care and support.
A caring atmosphere is so important for our students, teachers, and parents as we become aware of needs and concerns and act immediately to address them.
We wanted our school to have connections to the wider community. It seems as if this is true.
We have had mayors, state senators, and the U.S. Secretary of State visit us. Our students have met the former U.S. Secretary of State, Condoleezza Rice, and Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor.
And that's to say nothing of our many generous and dedicated donors who have helped us with this mission of faith and education.
Don't forget that we take part in a community art show right here in our neighborhood. And just this year, we participated in the Gordon Square Music Showcase with the Cleveland Orchestra.
Remember, we wanted a school that would provide quality Catholic education and help students be successful.
Oh, have we done that, Sister Regina? In 30 years, we've had graduates who are moms and dads, others who are in the medical profession, education, law, architecture, and food production.
The three of us love our school, and we know that it is very different today from when it opened 30 years ago.
Sister Regina, Metro Catholic has never been the same 2 years in a row.
That's because we listen to what needs there might be, and then we talk about how to meet them.
And we are very aware of the latest trends in society and education.
Yes, of course. We've talked about the openness, creativity when we started.
Thank you all for coming today. It's been great to share our last 30 years with each of you.
Say, what do you guys think about that new project suggested by the teachers at our last faculty meeting?
I think they're planning for another 30 years.
I was right, wasn't I? It was wonderful, wasn't it? Yes, indeed. So, let's hear it.
First of all, let's give a shout out to our handbell and choir.
And of course, we want to thank our projectionists, those who work the lights, and of course the sound. And of course, your alter egos, the parents. How about that basketball ensemble?
And of course, to those who played the teachers.
And let's hear it for the principals and the co-directors. Yay! And the founding mothers. And now I know that some members of our drama club have something special to say. First of all, to Mr. Bart Brown. So Mr. Brown, you have to come up. And St. Boniface wants to talk to you, Bart.
Mr. Bart Brown, we thank you for making the stage sets for our props. The props for our stage sets. You were like St. Joseph the carpenter.
Yay! And I know back there is Mrs. Hudak and Mrs. Bartley. They have to come out. And St. Michael wants to talk to you two.
Mrs. Hudak, we love our costumes. They make us look so holy. And Miss Bartley, thank you for helping your mom.
Sister Grace has something special to say to Mrs. Lash. So Mrs. Lash, you have to stand out.
We thank you, Mrs. Lash. We thank you, Mrs. Lash. We thank you, Mrs. Lash, for the music and song. We thank you, Mrs. Lash. We thank you, Mrs. Lash. We thank you, Mrs. Lash, for the music and song.
Mrs. Clutarek. The teachers want to say something to you. You know,
Mrs. Plutarch, we want to thank you for all you've done for us.
Mrs. Brown. Mr. Prada is going to talk to you, Mrs. Brown.
Miss Brown, you are an amazing director. You gave us courage and success, and we hope you stay for another 30 years.
Sister Mary Jean. Saint Stephen wants to talk to you.
Sister Mary Jean, we know this plate is close to your heart because you are a sister of Notre Dame and because you have been a part of Metro Catholic for 20 years now. Even though you seem quiet and unassuming, you have the skill of a Hollywood director. and the determination of St. Julie Billiard. We love what we have accomplished with you.
So it was wonderful, and I have a little clue for you. Come back next year, they're going to do the Phantom of the Opera.